Hi everyone, so if you're new here, I'm Damaris and I created Rainbow Vegans Rock, and on my channel I talk about vegan things and eco-friendly things. So today's video is just my monthly update for the no-buy year, otherwise known as the low-buy year, depending on how you're doing it. So to start with, I've actually learnt so much already just from being 2 months into the no-buy year. I think that actually myself in general, I'm not a huge spender. I don't seem to spend unnecessarily, and I guess that's good. You know, the things that I had been buying, most of them had a real purpose, or they were replacing something that was broken, unrepairable, whatever. So I suppose that's good. There's definitely in the past there was a small percentage of things that I was buying that I didn't need, you know, things for my latest hobby, that sort of thing. I do talk about that more in my previous video. I'll link it here anyway. So I suppose that's a good thing, really. I've cut out that smaller percentage that was unnecessary spending. It's definitely made me realise just how much I rely on technology though. I need my laptops to be working, I need a functioning external hard drive, I need just everything to be working as it should, and unfortunately it seems that things break. That is life. This is what I have learnt, especially over the last few months, that things break, and it's only because I'm doing a no-buy year that these things breaking is inconvenient to me, because I'm trying to get myself out of debt. I'm trying to sort out my money so I can actually save for a camera, you know, try and improve other things for my brand. So I think although I have had a few things break, there's every chance that I'm fixating on it because of that, because I am suddenly now aware that I can't spend unnecessarily. So that's okay. So honesty time. So I think I felt like a few months of doing this, I would easily be able to clear my debt. And I think that has made me feel a little bit sad that I haven't been able to. But this is only because if I'd have thought about it maybe more logically, I would have realised this already. But there's little things that are unavoidable, like vet's bills, for example. I have to deal with medication every few months for the cat, and it's not cheap. And of course, when I'm getting close to paying off the debt, I still have that one payment of like 130 every few months that I have to factor in, which of course I haven't. And factoring in things breaking, which I guess in some ways I feel a little bit guilty having to buy these things, even though it's not unnecessary. There's no way around it. But for some reason, I don't know, I guess I'm just taking this really seriously, and it has made me feel a little bit guilty when I've had to buy things. But that's okay. I guess really that is the whole point of the no-buy year or low-buy year, is really just making you fully think about what you're buying. And it's definitely made me do that already. So that's great. That's a big bonus. So the things that I've bought this month, I've had to buy a charger for my mini vacuum. I've got a little Vax mini vacuum, and I had to buy a charger because the one that I was using just stopped working altogether. I contacted them and they said it's just the charger, it needs replacing. So I did that. And also external hard drive, it turns out I couldn't live without that. Dropbox is amazing for videos which you're finished with, so you can obviously store your completed videos, the ones that are now on YouTube, and you don't have to think about them anymore. I then store those in Dropbox, but it just wasn't becoming very practical. I haven't got a lot of room on my laptop, so it wasn't working not having an external hard drive. So this is something that I've had to buy. I've managed to find one which was refurbished and a 1 terabyte, and it's wireless. So interesting. I will see how I get on with that, but it's just one thing that I couldn't live without. I did try. So these were the two things that I had to replace. I guess really in 2 months it's probably a little bit unlucky that there were two sort of electrical things that I did have to buy, but I guess we will see throughout throughout the rest of the year. So another thing that I've bought is hand cream. I don't know if this is like considered an essential item to some people or not, but for me, I hate the feeling of dry hands and dry nails, and hand cream was just really beneficial for me. I found some which is by Beauty Kitchen, which is a B Corporation, and they do a refill system, so it's like a aluminium bottle, and once you're done you send it back to them and they wash it out and reuse it again. So amazing, a great company, and it's something that I felt like I needed for my hands. Last thing is definitely a guilty pleasure, and that is vape liquid. So I did used to smoke years ago before my children, and I didn't want to go back to smoking, so I sort of moved my habit on to vaping, and it's something that I don't want to do forever, but at the moment I'm also not ready to quit, so I will be continuing to buy vape liquid when it's needed, purely because I'm addicted to the nicotine, I'm not perfect, and I'm not ready to quit yet either, so just thought I'd declare that there. So I think that basically sums up my updates for this month. There wasn't really any hurdles that I came across, nothing in particular that we needed, no issues. I think it's just those few things that I've declared that I have bought, but overall I feel really positive about this. I think the first month was a little bit difficult because January you don't spend very much anyway, because usually you've indulged a little bit over Christmas and it just feels like a difficult month anyway. But now I'm feeling much more positive. I'm glad that I decided to do this. And even though I'm not exactly where I want to be debt-wise, and I'm not at the point where I can save yet, I still feel good, and I think it's early days, and I was possibly being a little bit too ambitious to expect it to be paid off. So that's it really. I'm doing the weekly quote now, which this week is by Charles Skulls. I'm not really sure if I've said that right, but he was creator of Charlie Brown, I believe, or at least co-creator, and his quote is, "All you need is love, but a little bit of chocolate now and then doesn't hurt." I thought I needed this week. I wanted a more light-hearted, more positive quote, let's say. I didn't want one that was too serious, because I feel like sometimes you just need a little bit of humour and a little bit of chocolate, really. So I'm starving, so I'm off to get some chocolate. So I will see you in the next video.